Ave Satanas, the goddamn glow. Ave Lucifera, Ave Lord Belial, Ave Lord Leviathan, Ave beautiful Queen Lilith, Ave beautiful Queen Duchess Astaroth, Ave Queen Tiamat, Ave Father Satan, Ave Father and Emperor Lucifer, or King, same thing, in my opinion. Ave Lord Volok, Ave Lord Varine, Ave Lord Marduk, Ave Queen Tiamat, Ave King of Mammon, Ave Lord Mammon, Ave King Pazuzu, Ave Lord Croxel, Ave Lord Dandelion, Ave Lord Dagon, Ave Lord Zagon, Ave and hail to every demon and every demoness that's in existence, both the ones that we know about and the ones that we do not know about. But if I put my money, if I bet on it, I will say right now that there is probably billions. I'll probably more than billions, zillions, quadrillions, whatever comes after zillions, quadzillions. It's past trillions anyway, way past trillions. I will say that there's a vast amount of demonic entities. I will say, too many to count. Or, I'll put it this way, too many for our human brains to comprehend. But, in saying that, I know for a fact that, I'll say for a fact that Father Satan, King Lucifer, know exactly how many there is, right to the T. And I will say the same thing that Lord Belial knows exactly how many there is. And I'm sure of all of the demonic, each and every one of them know exactly how many demons and how many demonesses or ancient gods there are in existence, and how many are on our physical plane, the plane that us humans usually, the majority of people, robots, because that's what they're like. They're that sheepled and turned into sheep that much that they're like robots. They get up in the morning, depending on their commute to work, go to work, come home, eat their supper or dinner or whatever you want to call it in the evening. They get up, eat their dinner in the evenings. They get up in the morning, they eat their dinner. If they're lucky enough, if they have dishwashers in their house, if they're lucky enough to have a dishwasher, that they don't have to do them by hand, they do their dishes. They do whatever they got to do. Then they go to bed, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, whatever. Then they get up again the next morning, commute to work, come home, do the exact same fucking thing every single fucking day. Now, I've done the same thing for years. Okay? I really have. But, in saying that, I was never a fucking robot. I was never go home in the evening after work, watch TV for a little while. Shit. I had to grab a smoke. Watch TV for a little while. Eat dinner, watch TV for a little while, or watch TV for a little while first and then eat dinner and, do whatever and go to bed. No. That was never me. But I can't say it was never me, because if I wanted to stay up in the nighttime, even if I did have to be at work at 6 or 7, and if I had to leave the house, say at 5 o'clock, 5:30, whatever, in the morning, I would leave the house or leave my place at 5, 6 o'clock in the morning. But in saying that, I would do my work all day, come home, do my own thing, okay? Whether it was going on computer, whether it was, you know, doing chores, doing whatever, but I was never a robot. And the more I notice it now, like, I notice it more now with people than 10 years ago, for example. Even 5 years ago, I notice it a lot more with people. That people are like fucking sheep. Like, they really are. They're just like they're robots. Literally. They get up in the morning, go to work, come home, wash dishes, or come home, have their dinner, throw their dishes in the dishwasher, watch TV for a little bit, maybe go on the internet for a little bit, you know, jump in the shower or whatever, go to bed. Get up next morning, go to work. Work all day, come home, do the exact same thing over and over and over. And they do this shit for years. And it doesn't even, the part that gets me is they're programmed that good that they don't even fucking realize that they're programmed. Like, they don't even realize that they're acting like fucking robots. Every single day. Same thing every day, day in, day out. And they're programmed that much and that good that they don't even realize that they're fucking robots. That's the part that gets me. They're programmed that good that they don't even realize that they're robots. Or that they're acting like robots. Except they're in human body. That's the only difference. The only difference in them and a robot is the only difference between most of the population and robots is that at least with robots, you know, robots are just fucking like, you know, but humans do exact same thing. Not all humans, don't get me wrong. You know, the majority of humans, the majority just do the same shit every fucking day, over and over and over. Now, I can't do that. I never could do that. Even when I was a teen, even when I was in school, in fucking grade school, like grade 2 and 3. I can remember being in grade 3 and grade 4, getting hauled out of the classroom, getting called out of the classroom, getting hauled out of the classroom by the teacher, dragged out by the teacher and the principal, and I'm not joking, I'm being dead serious, getting dragged out of the classroom, and I was in grade 4, I was like, I don't know, 10, 12, and the teacher, and getting dragged down to the office and getting given a strap to. That's when teachers were allowed to actually give leather straps to kids that acted up. And it wasn't a religious school, just public school, little shit in a little town, little, you know, hole in the earth, little place in the earth that I'm from, you know, and it's just fucking ridiculous. You think about it, how robotic people have gotten over the years, and they're getting worse. To really put the icing on the cake, they are getting worse, like a lot worse than what they used to be. They were bad enough before, like 10 years ago, but now they're 100 times worse. Like, I can notice the difference. Like, big time if I start thinking about it. Like, I really can. And I'm not joking about that. I'm dead serious. I can honestly notice a big difference. Like, they're like robots, literally. And dare not question one of them. You know, if one of them, if one of them sees that, because in the little town I live now, I don't know, 70 or 80,000 people live here, but I know for a fact that I'm the only Satanist that's here. I'm sure that there's a few goth kids and teenagers and whatever, right? Young, early 20s, young 20s, you know, mid 20s, whatever. There's a few goth kids here, but I know for a fact I'm the only Satanist. Well, I can't say I know 100% for a fact, But if I had to bet on it, I would bet that I'm the only Satanist that's here. That I will honestly say. Because I go out on my back balcony or back porch or whatever you want to call it, veranda, whatever you want to call it, and all I see, I look 4 ways and I see fucking 4 different churches, which is pretty sad. You know, that's the part that sucks. On my part, it does. Royally bones. It's getting cold out too now. Fall is coming. Fall is already here, certainly. What am I saying? Fall is coming. Fall is already here. And I'm starting to notice online too that I'm starting to notice a lot online that a lot of people, there's a lot of people who claim to be Satanists. They claim to be theistic Satanists. They claim to be traditional Satanists. They claim to be spiritual Satanists. They claim to be demonolators or demonolatresses. They claim to be necromancers. And yet you ask them a question, okay? They claim to work with the demonic, okay? And if you ask them, a lot of them, if you ask them a question, right, like I understand some people are busy and, yeah, it takes a few days to get back to someone or whatever, right? But if you ask somebody a question, the way I am, right, if somebody asks me a question, say, right, just say somebody will ask me a question about, I don't know, something to do with, I'll just use Lord Belial as an example, okay? Just say I ask somebody a question about Lord Belial that I'm not sure about, okay? Or say even King Lucifer, Father Lucifer, or Father Satan, or Queen Lilith, King Asmodeus, any demonic entity, okay? Say I ask somebody who supposedly, just for example, I'll just use this as an example. Say I ask somebody who is supposed to been walking on this path for many years, and they're supposed to be a sorceress, demonolatress, demonolator, what have you, and you ask them a question, and the question is not really complicated, okay? It's really not. Just say it's a regular question, right? And it's not really complicated. Now you ask that person a question, and that person doesn't even have the decency or respect you enough, because that's what it boils down to. They don't have the decency, or they do not respect you enough to even answer that question, or even try to answer that question, or even get back to you on that question. Even if they got back to you and said, well, I really don't know, or I can't help you with that, or anything, right? Like, they could say anything back. At least take the time and use the effort and put 30 seconds of your energy into saying, no, I'm sorry, but I really can't help you with that question. But guide you to a book, to a grimoire, to somebody that would have the answer might have the answer to that question. At least guide you in the right fucking direction. Not totally blow you off like you didn't even ask the question. But yet you sit down or stand up or whatever, lie down or whatever, and watch all their videos, okay? You go through all their videos, watch every one of them. You don't just click like just because they put a video there. You watch the video and listen to it. And if you like the video, click like. If you don't like it, you don't have to click anything. At least you're, a good enough brother or sister to watch the video that they took the time out of their day and the time out to do that video. Okay? Don't just fucking totally blow them off like they're a piece of shit just because you think you're better than they are. Because I got news for you, okay? And I don't care who the person is. Nobody is better than anybody else. somebody who's just starting on this path, on the left-hand path, they obviously are going to ask questions. Okay, especially if it has to do with Satanism, demonolatry, necromancy. They are going to ask questions. And so they should. Because that's the only way they learn. That's the way they learn, is by asking questions. Just like the way that you learned. Or do you, just like the way that everybody else learns, or do they forget that? I guess they must forget that when they get older, or when they have so much time on, when they have so much time already done, on the left-hand path, be it Satanism, Theistic Satanism, traditional Satanism, spiritual Satanism, anti-cosmic Satanism, demonolatry, necromancy, what have you. The least they could do is answer your question, or at least try to answer it, or say they can't help you, or they don't know the answer, or direct you to somebody that can. Because that is what happens with people who are new to the left-hand path, new to the occult, new to Satanism, new to demonolatry, necromancy. They are going to ask questions. And if you're that rude that you can't even answer that question, where's that going to leave that person? That person might say, fuck this, if everybody's as rude as that they won't even answer a question. They won't even take 30 seconds out of their time to at least try to answer a question that I asked them. If that's the way every Satanist is, or every demonolator, or every necromancer, which I know they're not, but I'm just saying, why the hell should I why even bother on this path? They'll probably say to themselves they were better off on the path, they were just as well off on the path that they just left, no matter what it was. So in saying that, to me, that's just being pure hypocrite. And that's being self-centered. That's being a hypocrite, okay? And I'm sure it's being a hypocrite in Father Satan's eyes. I guarantee you that. And King Lucifer's and all demonics. That's being self-centered. That's being egotistical. That's being rude. It's being you thinking that you're better than everybody else. Which you fucking will not, that I can guarantee you right now. I don't care who the person is. No sorcerer, no demonolator, no necromancer is no better, myself included. I definitely put myself in this category. Myself included, is better than the next person who is just beginning on the path. We are supposed to help them, not pull them down, not hurt them, not say shit about them behind their back, not backbite them, not backstab them. If they're willing to learn, and if they are 666%, as Great Sister Loki says, if they are 666% willing to learn, and if they want to truly learn and not just type in shit on social media like Hail Satan and not even know what it means. Okay? If they really want to learn, they will learn. But they have to ask questions, and you have to be decent. You have to be decent enough, and man enough, or woman enough. You have to be a good enough brother or sister to answer that question. Otherwise, they're just going to turn away from it. And I hate, and I mean I really do, I hate seeing people that ask somebody for help who they know knows the answer, but yet they still won't help them because they think themselves too good. They think themselves better than everybody else. Sorry, wrong. You're no better than they are. Actually, you're probably worse, because you're the one that's supposed to be helping that person, not dragging them down. And not making them feel like they don't know anything. But anyway, with that being said, Ave Satanis, Ave Lucifera, Ave Lord Belial, Ave Lord Leviathan, Ave Beautiful Queen Lilith, Ave King Asmodeus, Ave King Asmodee, Ave King Azazel, Ave King of Mammon, Ave Lord Mammon, Ave Lord Croxel, Ave and hail to every demon, Ave Lord Beelzebub, Ave and hail to every demon and every demoness in existence. Hail Satan, brothers and sisters. Ave Satanis. I'll talk to you next, guys.